Hello everyone and welcome to the third video of chapter number 5 of Statistics for Economics. So today in this video we will learn about the third topic of chapter 5, that is classification of data and tabular presentation. So let's begin. Classification of data and tabular presentation. Here the analysis used in tabular presentation is of four types, or we can say there are four classification of data, that is qualitative classification of data, quantitative classification of data, temporal or chronological classification of data, and spatial or geographical classification of data, which is also known as four-fold classification of data. So these are the four-fold classification of data. Now we will learn about each of these four-fold of classification of data in detail. Qualitative classification. Qualitative data occurs when the data are classified on the basis of qualitative characteristics of a phenomena. For example, we can take the example of unemployment, poverty, illiteracy, intelligence, rich, poor. All these are the qualitative characteristics. And if we are going to classify the data on the basis of this characteristics, then it is known as qualitative classification. Here is unemployment in Punjab by sex and location. So we have the classification on the basis of gender, that is sex. There a male, female. There in rural area and urban areas of Punjab. So this table shows the qualitative classification of data. The quantitative classification of data. In the temporal classification, data is classified on the basis of quantitative characteristics of a phenomena. For example, here we have the data classified on the basis of marks and number of students. So here we have the characteristics which are there in the form of data, so numbers only, whereas the data is collected is already in the form of numbers. So we have the marks between 0 to 1 scored by 3 students, the marks of 10 to 20 scored by 7 students. These are the quantitative classification of data. The next is chronological classification, and chronological classification is also known as temporal classification. When data are observed over a period of time, the type of classification is known as chronological classification. That is, when data is classified on the basis of time, that is time of occurrence, when it has occurred. For example, when we collect the data of national income, as we know, national income used to change every year, about the annual output of wheat, about monthly expenditure of household, which is changing from time to time, or from like month wise it is changing, daily consumption of milk. These data, if we are collecting on the basis of their time, then that is called as chronological or temporal classification. Here we have example, that is, we may present the figure of population, that is production, sale, etc. as follows. So we have the population here of India from year 1941 to 1991. So it is again yearly we are recording the population of the country from year 1941 up till year 1981. So here there is, this table is showing the population of India in different years. So this table is known as chronological or temporal classification of data and tabular presentation. The next and the last, it is geographical or spatial classification. When the data classified according to the geographical location or region, like when it is classified according to states or cities, regions, zones, areas, etc., it is called a geographical classification. Here we have table showing the classification of data, like data are classified on the basis of state, that is state-wise estimation of production of food grain. So we have the states here as Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, Punjab and Uttar Pradesh. And the data is collected, that is total food grains there in thousands tons. This classification of data is called as geographical or spatial classification of data and tabular presentation. Coming to the next and the last topic of this chapter, that is merits and demerits of tabular presentation. As we have understood each and everything about tabular presentation, we have also understood that when we are collecting the information that is in the form of draw data, and then we have to give particular shape and size to it, and we are presenting it in a very attractive manner in the form of tabular presentation. But this tabular presentation has certain demerits, merits and demerits. First we will understand about the merit, and then we will be coming to demerit. The first merit is it is simple and brief presentation, because as we know that tabular presentation is the most simplest form of data presentation. It can be easily understood. Also, a large volume of statistical data is presented in a very brief form in tabular presentation. It facilitates comparison by presenting the data in different classes, because we have the division of rows and classes which make the comparison quite easy. Next one is easy analysis. It is very easy to analyze the data from the table. Also, it is by organizing the data in the form of table, one can find out their central tendency or dispersion, correlation. These things are done with the help of tabular presentation. Highlights characteristics of data. So tabulation highlights the characteristics of data because it is easy to remember the statistical facts basically. Lastly, the last merit is economical. So tabular presentation is very economical mode of data presentation, and it is very time saving and it saves space also. So it is like quite economical. Coming to the next one, that is demerits. The demerits of tabular presentation are lacks description. The table represents only facts and attributes, and it ignores the qualitative aspects of facts. The next one is incapable of presenting individual items. So as we know, it does not present individual items, it presents only aggregate data. Last demerit is needs special knowledge. So to understand the table, special knowledge is required. One must have the knowledge of rows and columns, about the heading, about the stubs, about the head note, footnote, title, what are these things written, what are the importance of these all things. So for understanding this, special knowledge is required. So these are the certain merits and demerits of tabular presentation. So with this, we came to an end of chapter number 5. With the help of this video, kindly complete your notes. Thank you.